It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery from darkness. Our friendship will rise. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. Oh, get ready. It's Thursday night.
So, last we left off, our group of heroes had, after undergoing numerous investigations of their own, encountering some dangers and some curious, mysterious figures, they found themselves invited alongside their patron, Lord Eshtaros, to a masquerade ball transpiring at the Quorum Chambers, the Shande Quorum Chambers. This presented an opportunity to, one, seek out some possible bits of information that were important to Eshtaros's disinterest in the current ruling class of the city, and specifically to plant a replica of Armand Treshi's ring onto his hand to replace the one he always wears on his thumb, that can be used then to track his whereabouts after the party. As to how you did that, well, you've proven to be somewhat creative and capable. That is being left to you. So, after purchasing some fancy outfits, crafting or receiving unique masks, you were divided into two troops that were set on their path via carriage to the top of the core spire. You are still within your carriages with a few moments to figure out your final plotting and interest. So,
if the goal is to distract and to charm, I think that could be our job.
Certainly.
You, yeah.
You know how well, I guess the men at the court, you know, they have like a maid? Like to carry things and to help you with your clothing and to bring you drinks or take care of you and fan you.
Not a date, you are my plus one. And you are my entourage.
Okay.
Staff.
Wait, okay.
Are you okay with that?
No, it's fine.
Is this hurting your feelings?
No, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Sure.
You don't seem okay.
The next thing has that southern flesh your heart.
No, I'm fine. I'm staying.
All right.
This is gonna go well.
It's gonna go great.
Yeah, I feel good about it.
Good.
meanwhile, in the other carriage, Eshtaros is looking over, kind of like,
No plan.
you seem like you've come together as a solid team. Strong sense of planning and teamwork. Now, these events are rife with agreements, promises, rumors, all sorts of petty encounters. So, keeping your ears and eyes open. When an opportunity presents itself to push.
Wait, like gossip? Push a little drama?
If it seems like it is befitting of our goals, yes, but also not to be too much of a spectacle either, as you are all here as my guests,
Actually,
and are unknown figures within these circles.
that's a very good question. Who are we to you?
The papers that I have brought upon and the preparation I've done assigns you as personal guards of mine.
I can work with that.
The carriage has come to a stop in the door. As you approach, there is the voice of the party, essentially, the announcer, who sits there at the ready. As you begin to head across the blue carpet, the soft music in the interior chamber begins to swell a bit. The sun now has come to a set, and the night begins to carry you into the event. You see a halfling with a very, barrel chest spins around. How would you like to be announced?
And I'm gonna look over to Imogen, and can I make a psychic connection?
Yep, I've got it.
Did we ever decide on a name?
Tell me your exact title and I'll give it to him.
My exact title?
Yes, you're going as yourself.
It is my literal middle name. I'm the second son. I don't have a official title.
Bronte.
Yes?
Of.
The Silken Squall. Are we not going to use the cool name?
Bronte, second son of the Silken Squall.
And part
Entering Bronte, second son of the Silken Squall. And you can see, as you begin to walk in, about a dozen or so other individuals that are kind of on the closer end of this massive chamber kind of turn around and give a look, and then
I'm gonna take Fern and present her to the room and spin her around for all to see.
I'll do a beautiful curtsy. It's been a while since I've been in court.
You never would notice.
I'm going to stand very sternly behind him like this.
And Orem will always be like 3 or 4 feet ahead as a 3'3" security detail.
okay. The next team follows in from behind.
I'm a servant, I guess.
You're in your fucking head.
I knew you were mad. I knew it.
It's a fact.
Looking throughout the room, it is beautiful. There are all manner of tables and chairs. There's an open kind of, it looks like a dance or social space in the very center of the dome. And it's a little overwhelming. You've never ever been present to an event like this before. The room already sits at about 150 people.
It's been never since I've been around a crowd quite this large. So,
What do you need?
nothing. Just if things go south with me, just help me get out.
I've done that a lot.
All right.
Done deal.
You do hear another introduction that catches your attention, as well as a few other people in the room. General Ratanish of the Paragon's Call. You glance over and you walk. You watch as 5 individuals walk in. And it's. You thought you could have looked pretty rough and tumble. But there is a distinctly kind of. Like somebody tried to dress up a group of Mad Max extras. But the General Ratanish, who is being introduced, you see is like a very tall male half-giant, a Goliath in his 40s. Broad shoulders, but definitely like bows with an exaggerated flourish at their
General
introduction.
Ratanish?
Yes. Then you hear an announcement at the front. Lord Armand, Treshi, of Mahan House, Treshi. You can see a number of faces turn, some more claps and cheers from around. At the front you see, walking in 2 figures. You see a male dwarf, kind of burly in the shoulders, though kind of thin in midsection, taller than most dwarves, probably just pushing past a few inches past 5 feet. His dark hair is slicked directly back on the face. The facial hair is immaculately manicured. There is a big toothy smile upon the entry, and in his arm is a woman who looks to be a half-elf in her mid-20s. Young, like a waifish-looking woman, pale, dark hair that kind of curls intensely to the point where she probably has very long hair, but it all kind of bunches up at the sides to give this almost like buoyant bush of hair around her head. He bows, she just kind of holds her position and looks around. They both enter arm in arm and almost immediately break off into 2 different parts of the party and just kind of begin to mingle.
I will leave the group, making a wide arc around the room, going back to get another drink. This time, casting Detect Evil and Good.
Ooh. Okay.
Detect evil and good.
As you're doing that, and the other conversations are happening, a tall man in his 60s begins to approach you, Dorian. I'm sorry, I just,
Oh, hello.
I have not seen you around before. I'm wanting to make your acquaintance.
Hello, how are you? Bronte, very nice to meet you.
Bronte. I'm Lord Preston Drodelon.
Preston Drodelon.
Yes, yes.
Your name precedes you.
It is quite a name, isn't it?
Yes. This is Fern Calloway.
Hello.
My accompaniment for the night. And these are my servants, Copernicus and Maud.
I can't.
Copernicus and Maud.
I keep clapping and stand up.
Which one of you is Maud? I missed the part of that introduction.
That would be me.
Maud,
My lord.
a pleasure to meet you, Maud. And you, fine small Copernicus.
Sure.
How long have you been a lord?
Well, a lord of...
Does that happen when you're born?
No. This was acquired through blood, sweat, and hard work.
Oh.
Making the right alliances. And I'm a self-made man, is what I'm saying.
Oh, I imagine you had to kill a lot of people to get there.
Anyway, so I originally made my fortune in a faraway city in Isilra, and was for a time the lord of the quad roads there.
Oh.
And after deciding that I needed a change of pace, I moved on to the city of Eos in Shenador, where I currently reside. And yes, I like it here.
Yes, it is quite lovely. It's we haven't been here for very long. We're just sort of passing through and exploring, part of the world.
Well, that is amazing. I'm blown away by that. You are spellbinding.
Oh, thank you so much. Wait, where did you say you were originally from?
Originally, I was to the continent of Isilra. You may have heard of it. It's a fantastical historical city where many great people have come from, called Vasselheim.
Oh, I don't know if I'm familiar.
It's the oldest city in Exandria. It's where the gods once resided. It's where heroes are still born.
Ooh. That sounds incredible.
But I grew bored of it, so I moved on.
Oh, wow. Do you ever wish for anything more?
I do. Often.
Do they ever come true?
Occasionally. Gives you a wink.
Before we leave, can I just lean into Lord Preston and say, for my master's sake, is there anyone here that we should be paying more attention to?
As far as...
Importance, stand-in, things you would know a lot about.
Points over, and you see there is a halfling kind of rocking this Bowie-esque androgyny who is in a lively conversation. They look to be probably in their early 40s, but aging gracefully. You can see they're wearing kind of this gold, wide-shouldered ensemble with a wide breast that folds over, and then no socks and just these simple kind of flat shoes beneath that match the same golden sparkle. Fantastic eye makeup. That is Gavasarondo. Oh. They are the voice of the quorum. And if you're looking to get anything done, they're the one to connect you.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Look over at Imogen.
Oh, what is happening?
That's what you get when you roll a perception check.
Yeah.
I turn towards these three. My lord, if I may. Your brother is here. Oh. Check your 3 o'clock.
Why would he do that? That is the stupidest fucking
He's
thing.
a real dumb guy.
He's so dumb.
Real dumb.
You glance over,
Such a himbo.
and as you see, the pale woman that entered with Armand, that splintered off and kind of became this wallflower off to the side, has now been joined by another man that is wearing kind of like an ivory suit, really well tailored. Looks like it may be a bit small for his frame. Mask up and hair pulled back, but definitely both in form, physique, and presence reminds you of your brother.
I know, I hear it. Thank you, should we? Okay.
I have to.
Yes.
Sure.
Let's complete the mission before you do that.
The musicians are set on the stage, but still holding. And people in the crowd begin to shift a bit, and you can hear the hitting of glass. Ting, 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 ringing throughout the chamber. Everyone begins to kind of glance over and gather a bit. These stairs are placed in the center, and Gavis goes and takes their cloak and throws it over their shoulder, steps up to the top, and is now tall enough to look over the entire crowd and then some, holding a glass of what looks to be some sort of a wine or light champagne in one hand. I look amongst the crowd and go, "Friends, all of you, thank you for attending tonight. It is really a wonderful sight to see all of your faces here this eve." Puts the drink out and kind of spins around. Everyone kind of raises their glasses in acknowledgement. Now, we are here to celebrate the union of friendship, of guild, Mahon House, and a unified future for Drusar. And I want to ask you to join me in your goodwill throughout the evening for our friends across the mountains and seas and beyond. Whether it be with a nod or be pleased, I want you to drink in the health and honor for the night. And by keeping peoples of this region safe, secure, and profitable. And you hear a voice off on the side go, "Safe! What are the attacks? What is the Quorum's plan to bolster the wardens?" Right, this immediately starts going around. It's like, of course. Well, society always has its curious challenges, but everything is being handled and handled rightly. Much is being considered, and if you are concerned indeed, you are welcome to speak with me, and as such, the Quorum in private. But for now, a toast to the glory of our city, to the 5 spires, and to all of you who keep it alive. The crowd begins to part a little bit just beyond where you are, and you see as they do, Gavis Aranda approaches, kind of looking directly at you. He goes, "Gavis Aranda, of the Aranda Guild of Beautification, responsible for keeping this fine city looking as fine as it does.
You sure do a good job.
I also speak on the behalf of the Quorum.
Oh.
So, let's be friends. Because you want to be friends.
I love friends.
Yes. I do love friends.
Wonderful.
Since we're new, is there anyone we should meet? You know, or just you?
Kind of glances around and kind of...
Before you arrived, they were speaking about how beneficial the Paragon's call sounded.
They are a very accomplished group of soldiers.
Oh, okay.
Warriors that hail from the Hellcatch Valley. I've been working there for quite some time. While they maybe had a less than savory track record, they have been rebranding in recent years and have proven to be quite effective to those who can afford them. And the presence has grown quite a bit. There has been discussions about concerns of security in the city, and, well, we want to keep our civilians safe. But the Quorum is discussing many things at the time, and it is uncertain if this is a pressing matter.
Okay.
What's your favorite part of the evening? Is there anything you're looking forward to? Is there anything we should be looking forward to?
I think you should. The Dance of the Crossroads comes soon. It was developed as a way to force socialization. It is intended to be a dance in which partners are given short times to pair off and then trade partners with others, and is essentially a round-table forced socializing event.
Well, we love to dance.
We do love to.
Wonderful, so do I. Maybe I'll see you there. I'm bored now.
Respect.
And just wanders off into the couch. Oh my goodness, Gerald! And just dives into another conversation.
Whoa, it was a lot.
Guess we didn't do much to get his attention.
Your brother's a wild card, though. If he sees you in the middle of our operation, he could throw a wrench in things.
He might not seem the most smart. But I don't think that he would just come out of the... Oh, God, he might.
Where's Chetney? Is he in sight?
Are you in sight?
I'm about 10, 15 feet from Esros.
I scuttle off through the crowd and make my way over to Esros and Chetney.
How goes it on your end?
Not getting along as much as I would like. I think we gotta go fast. Come here.
Good evening.
Good evening. Come here.
Oh, okay. I'll be back. Don't...
You see that big, thick guy there with the mask, all in white?
Yeah.
Yeah. We need him out of the picture. Can you go take him off to the side and talk his ear off?
Yeah, sure. Do you want him out of the picture, or do you want him...
Oh my god.
No, man, just talk to him about woodwork, okay?
Okay, distraction.
Yes.
Okay,
Do you want to
Somewhere
see
on the
my
outskirts.
chisel?
got it. Go now?
Yes, please.
I'm on it.
Okay.
Sir. And then I jog off looking for Imogen.
Okay. Just as you begin to jog off, and just as you separate from Esteros, the music, boom, 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 boom. The percussion begins to hit, and the band begins to pick up with an intent. You see the look of recognition in everyone's eyes, as this is a song that apparently most individuals who have been to events like this recognize. And immediately, the crowds begin to almost like watching ice particles align in a pattern. People begin to instinctually look for a partner. And you can see individuals clasping hands, taking hands, as you assume at this point, the dance of the crossroads is about to begin.
I'm heading towards Ratanish. Maybe I can ask his hand to dance.
All right. You see Ratanish, and nobody's approaching them as soon as they're almost like stepping off to the side with disinterest.
I would ask for your hand to dance, but you don't seem like the dancing type.
Ratanish turns, big smile.
I apologize. Are you asking me to dance with you?
I don't know, am I? Guess it depends if you're the dancing type.
Well, it would be inappropriate not to accept it. Come, let us dance.
So while you continue to shuffle off into the rest of the dance, you are looking for...
Cyrus, Wyvern Wind.
Correct. You see him. He's not going into the dance yet, and he's kind of looking around.
My lord?
Can I help you?
Yes, my master would speak with you, please. It's of urgent Wyvern Wind business.
I have no idea what that is. I am.
No, I know. This is important. Move your stupid ass over here to the side of the room.
Kind of like leans in a bit and looks
Yeah,
at
you heard me. My lord, if you would do me the honor of accompanying me to the side.
Of course, I'm curious to have this conversation.
Most gracious of you. This way.
And kind of begins walking over with you off to the side.
What the fuck are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Well, listen, we're on work, but I mean,
Who else is with you?
everyone. We're scattered around. I mean, you can't see them because we're wearing masks. But listen, you're supposed to be keeping a low profile.
I am.
What are you doing with her?
I'm Lord D'Artagnan.
Lord Tanya? Okay. Cool.
I'm taking care of my things.
You're taking care of your thing? What things? You mean your thing?
My thing?
What, like, is she taking care of your thing?
Who's she?
You're here with... she's with Lady Emoth, right?
No,
He was.
That's,
You're on your own, buddy.
Okay. Your brother is here and was on a very important mission.
I'm meeting someone.
No, you're not. Come with me. It'll only take a moment, but I need you to hurry. I lead him away from wherever he was, just in a clockwise motion around the room.
Okay. There's probably at least 60 to 70 people that are actively dancing, and
It's happening already.
Yes.
it's beginning. People are pulling and finding partners and dragging them in, and it's, you can see now the first round is starting to shift, and partners. You see the actual dance itself. It's like an arm in arm, a turn. It's very simple, and they're like conversation bits, there are introductions being done, there's a turn and a spin, and then it reverses around, they come back together, and then they talk some more. And you can see the dance is intentionally slow. It's not a fast-paced tango or anything. It is meant to give room and space for introductions and for a very succinct opportunity to pedal whatever it is you're pedaling or introduce whatever you want to introduce. And then at the moment where things seem to get the most exciting or interesting, maybe about 30, 40 seconds into those turns and spins, you hear the beat culminate with a cymbal crash, and then suddenly everyone shifts to whoever's nearest to them and picks somebody.
Okay.
With a flourish. I'm in the dance with Fern on my hand as my first partner.
I love it when a plan gets thrown
Can
on
we
the
see
fire.
Armand in the dance? Can we see Armand in the dance?
You can indeed. Armand, you can see, is currently paired off with an older gentleman with like a higher kind of turned over collar, and they're both kind of turning and talking until eventually the transition point begins to crest into. The cymbal crash hits again, and you can see Armand spins around, and there's Gianna Hexam is right there and catches his hand. And now they begin to engage and dance. What do you guys do?
Trying to get a little closer to him.
I'm gonna swing you his way.
Great.
Ready?
I'm in.
So at the crash, you both remain partners?
Oh,
No, I'm gonna like pass her off into the mix closer to Armand.
great.
Okay.
So I'll go to whoever is close to
All right.
that area.
And I'll
so
turn-
I'll be next in line.
I'll turn away from them and look for a new partner.
Now, Fern, as you turn, you can see there is a young noblewoman in like a nice floofy dress who spins, makes eye contact with you, and reaches out as an arm kind of pushes in and grabs your hand.
Oh.
And you see Lord Preston Drodelon grasps your hand.
Preston.
My dear, I apologize. I am amazed that luck keeps bringing us together.
Well, I don't know if it's luck as much as you cutting in line.
Fascinating. If you ever find your way in Eos, please, you are a guest of honor at my abode.
Well, I absolutely will look you up.
You can hear the music beginning to change. While this is happening, actually, Chetney, where are you bringing Cyrus?
I was working him clockwise fuck around the room, but it's moving. It's fluid. I'm a little combobulated. I turn to Cyrus and say, hold on. We'll just have to find him ourselves. I won't keep you long. Who are you supposed to be meeting?
She's around. Lady Emoth Kade?
Oh, why are you meeting her?
I got friends.
Friends? I mean, what kind of friends? Look, we're on an honesty basis here. We don't have time for bullshit.
She's helping me out, okay?
Is she paying off your...
She did some work in the past with the Corsairs, and I was looking for a possible way to, pay up some of these debts.
Okay. Are you working like protection detail, or are you...
No, she's given me some information about a few scores I can make while the folks here are distracted later.
Oh, a little side hustle.
Which I was about to dive into until you distracted me. And at this point, a hand touches his shoulder, and he's like, oh. And you can see a woman grabbing his hand. Kind of a pale woman, shoulders and arms exposed, in a gray dress.
Cool.
Lady Emoth taking his hand. This dance.
Oh, but he was with...
I'm sorry, the lady
Your
speaks.
dress is elegant, bitch.
The last thing you hear him say is, thank you. And they both kind of merge into the dancing apparatus. We'll come back to that.
Sick. Lord Preston, you better give me the biggest spin of your life.
You better believe it.
He takes your arm, and right as the cymbal crash hits, twirls you. And you, in the spin, have to try and guide yourself in the right direction. I want you to roll either a dexterity saving throw, I'll say for this one.
Okay.
Let's go, Hooves.
Or a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay. Come on. I'm gonna go with perception.
Okay.
It's high.
Bold.
Spotting,
Bold.
Okay. 12.
Okay. That's not great, but that's not bad. I'm gonna roll for the other person who's trying to get this.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. They rolled a natural 1. I'm gonna take a picture of that. So as the other individual tries to push in to grasp for his hand as Lord Armand disengages from his previous partner, seems to turn towards their way. They stumble and fall down to the ground and kind of catch themselves. And Armand kind of withdraws his hand. And right as he does, he looks up towards you. Right as you spin into place, and he catches you.
Oh, thank you. Hello.
The pleasure is mine, my dear.
And your name is?
I am Lord Armand Treshi, of the Mahan House Treshi. And who do I have the pleasure of dancing with?
My name is Fern Calloway, of the Feywild.
Can I detect thoughts?
You can, yeah. You'd like to. It's kind of a jumble of intriguing, beautiful but odd, unexpected. What does she want? What does she want? Who is she with? And then as you delve deeper into it, it is a deep read of a lot of Fey as of late. I don't trust it. I don't trust it at all. Is she connected with him? Did he send someone else? Leaving that mess behind? I really fucked up recently. I don't know if I have the wherewithal to work with the Fae again. It's just this whole inner monologue dealing with and touching on the Nightmare King and kind of connecting the two of them as Fae beings so quickly back to back after what happened at the Moon Tower.
Look, I'm gonna send that to Fern. He's untrusting towards you.
Shit. I thought that would be a good in. Okay. Do you happen to be friends with Gavis?
We have been acquaintances for quite some time, yes. Why do you wish to meet them?
Well, I've already met them, but I so badly would love to work with him and learn from him, but I can't seem to. I don't know if this is the place to talk with him or if I should meet him at another time, but.
You know, when he means to turn you around, you may have found the exact perfect time. And he turns you into him, and your head's next to his, and he kind of guides you over, and you can see Gavis turning not too far away, looking over in your direction. Armand gives a nod, and Gavis kind of perks up. And you can see he's now maneuvering to pass you off towards Gavis in the next transition.
As we're looking over, I'm gonna try to just twist the ring and try to take it off.
Hand in hand.
Come.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check.
He's on guard!
My soul just left my body.
Yep. This is it.
This is what I'm here for.
This is it.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Let the fates decide.
Up to the dice.
Let chaos reign across all campaigns.
It's punching time.
Fuck.
Oh.
Is it?
It's good. It's good.
It's real good. It's good. 21.
Oh.
As you spin, the music picks up. There's a crescendo and a crash of the cymbal, and he spins you. And as he does, you grab just a little bit tighter than was expected on his thumb, and you feel a pop, like you had popped the thumb out of a socket a little bit, and the ring slips off in your grasp. So while it doesn't go unnoticed, it didn't seem overt, and he kind of reaches down for a second, takes the hand, and looks up at you with
Who's got the ring? You got the ring?
At which point, Gavis is now coming towards you to take your hand. While you feel the ring in your left, what do you do?
Oh. Drop it, Fern.
Ping.
Oh, Jesus.
Drop Dorian! Dorian! Pick up the ring!
This is the moment of transition.
Pick up the ring!
As the cymbal crashes hit, and you're transitioning out of it, you see Fern being tossed away from Armand, and a little point of silver just on the ground.
I'm gonna pretend I don't notice and start dancing with Gavin.
And I will. Is it the transition?
It is. This is just happening right at the middle of the transition point.
I will push past everyone. Oh God!
Yes!
And walk straight up to him in a tango-esque fashion.
No! Pick up the ring from the fucking
I have the correct ring.
No,
Trust
but he has
me.
to see that.
Trust him. Trust me, Imogen. And can I shut her out of my brain?
You can.
Yeah. Shut Imogen out of my brain.
Yes, right.
Yes.
And as I approach,
Armand has spun around, holding his thumb, and is looking on the ground at this point, over kind of in the loose vicinity, before glancing over at you as you approach.
and I have, in the transition, pulled the tracking ring out of my pocket, and I have it in my dancing hand, and I approach Armand, and as I do, I clock the ring, and I try to kick it off the dance floor, his ring. just get it out of view.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Come
This is gonna be
With advantage.
with advantage because of the spell.
All right. Terrible.
Come on.
I know.
It's gotta be better. It's gotta be better than that.
No, is it a 1?
Nope, it's not good.
That was an 11.
Okay.
An 11. Okay.
It's
So
double digits.
So
Great.
as Armand turns towards you, glancing over, you see like a look of recognition on the ground. Hasn't quite acknowledged your presence quite yet. Knows you're coming, but is more interested in where the ring went. Just as you kick the ring and he goes, shit. And like is now beginning to like ignore you to go after the ring that has now begun to be tossed around in the crowd.
My lord, my lord, the dance! Please, one round. I've been waiting all night to see you, please. Bronte, second son.
Just a moment, I have something to deal with. Armand's just now starting to kind of push the crowd. You just barely catch out a glimmer of something rolling through the dance and just towards the exterior of the central cluster of people.
Just gonna make a beeline for it.
All right. You speed over towards it, and
through the dancers.
Yep. As you kind of head off to the side, you can see one of the servants is also now like clocking it and is now starting to reach over to pick it up.
I'm gonna try to beat him to it.
Can I cross through and shoulder check that person?
You may. So they go for it. Watch what you. They glance over and you snatch up the ring.
Who's the closest on my team to Armand?
Closest to your team beyond Armand would be probably her.
Who?
It would be Fern.
This
So he's getting farther away from both of you. He's pushing outside of the dance.
This is
when I get there.
so stupid. I'm gonna try to throw the tracking ring to Fern. I'm gonna try to toss it.
I love it.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to toss it to her.
All right.
Okay.
No one crimes well.
All right. So, so in the middle of this chaos, you lock eyes with Fern, and you, as the person's like about to reach towards you,
I reach for them and try to skyhook it over to her.
Okay. I would like you, Dorian, to just roll a d20 and add your strength modifier.
Okay.
Come on, bud.
Oh, that's the best roll you've done tonight.
It's fine. I'm not great. 13.
13's okay. You, with a quick little flick of the wrist and having experience throwing axes and, kind of lobbing things at around this distance towards a specific target, you feel pretty confident with the go. Now it's your responsibility to catch it. As there is somebody now reaching to try and engage with you in a dance.
Okay.
What do? As you glance over and see this, they just, like you glance over and see him do this, he throws the ring right as you feel this hand pulled, and somebody has already taken you up as their dance partner. So you need to roll a dexterity check to try and grab it from the air.
Okay.
So just roll a d20 and add your dexterity modifier.
Okay.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Catch it.
12.
12.
These are all borderline rolls.
Doing okay.
Doing okay. So you get grabbed and pulled, and as you do, your hand catches it, but also loosens it, and kind of like flies a little bit further in the air. You try and catch it again, it gets knocked up again, and a third time you do manage to catch it. And as you hold it, the person who's holding your hand is pulling you to the dance goes like, fascinating.
He just proposed.
Congratulations!
I'm gonna. Do you mind? I'm so sorry. I have to go tell my girlfriend.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave.
As you disengage, you can see people nearby being like, did she just get married? Like, and look him there. And the guy in the dance was like, and he looks around and everybody else is already with partners, so he kind of like,
Okay.
kind of waits.
In my head.
Imogen, where are you?
Yeah, I'm over here. I'm over here.
I have the ring. I have the ring. I have the ring. I have the ring.
Bring it here. Bring it here. Bring it here. I'm gonna get down on the ground and start crawling around like I'm looking for it.
Yes.
If you're trying to push the crowd, how do you want to try and avoid people getting in your way?
I am going to cast Primal Savagery on myself,
Okay.
and my fangs come out. and my eyes turn crazy. I don't want to dance with you.
3 people who were like swooping in to try after they watched you dancing with Armand, and like even that moment with Armand like really caught the attention of the crowd around.
Done.
Like suddenly you became a point of interest in the middle of this circle, a strange fauna, a fae being in the middle of this dance that was engaged with Armand, and so as soon as the whole ring thing scenario, there's like a shine in the air, and you end up dancing with folk, and you begin pushing through. People rush in, and as you do that, my God, you let anyone into this dance these days.
I'm done, and I just got engaged. I'm gonna take off.
I was going to tell her congratulations. Let's go.
I am going to walk towards where Imogen is.
Now, Imogen, as you are on the ground at this point, looking around, 2 hands hit the ground, and you look up to see Armand there, and goes like, "Did you find it?"
I'm looking everywhere. Sir.
God. And you see him like, he's like telling people, "Move out of the way." People like shifting back and starting to like, all the space. Armand carries enough weight, it seems, in these spaces where when he uses that tone of voice, people listen, whether or not they're considered equals in the front of social exchange. And he is now kind of like looking around.
I'm gonna crawl towards Fern as she's walking towards me. Keep it in your hand, Fern.
Okay.
As I stand up, I'm gonna say, "I found it!" and grab it out of Fern's hand.
Yes, I'm gonna walk by, and we'll just do a quick...
Sir!
Stands up.
I don't know why I got so excited.
Roll a deception check.
Come on,
baby,
bitch!
come on.
Come on!
He's looking real anxious.
Do it.
I'm not looking.
Okay.
I don't want to
18.
look.
Oh, okay.
18. Kind of gives you a look.
Sorry, I don't...
Oh.
It's hard to get good help these days.
Oh.
If you're looking...
Just like completely closes off to you and turns over to see you and goes, "You are an extremely clumsy dancer."
Well... Rude.
Good one.
Nice.
Sure, fucking told him.
Your face is clumsy.
I'm gonna break away from the dance floor and go to the restroom.
Okay, go for it. While you're having this
Here's the
conversation, you watch as Emoth and Cyrus have left the dance floor. Cyrus currently has walked over to one of the chairs, kind of right by where some of the food on the, what would be the left-hand side of the entire chamber was before you entered. Takes a snack and is just kind of looking out over it all, keeping his mask on. Emoth, you can see, heads through the double doors into the halls beyond the dance chamber and closes the door behind her.
I walk over quickly to Cyrus. What was that about?
What?
I mean, that's her, right? What were you talking about?
I'm working. Please don't ruin it.
Don't trust her. And I head off after Lady Emoth.
You head off after, all right, cool.
Wait, she went to the double doors that go into the chambers, or we don't know where they go.
Correct, yeah, beyond
Are
the
there
chamber.
wardens on either side of that door?
There are. They're kind of just like keeping tabs more on the group inside. When she walks by, they do kind of like just barely acknowledge and just they're more interested at all the debutantes and political figures that are dancing.
Doors open or closed, and she has to push them to get through?
They push inward.
They push inward.
And she kind of just pushes one. She's small enough that she kind of barely slips through and it closes with like no noise or fuss. Make a perception check actually to see if you can pursue where Lady Emoth went. There are faint bits of looks like magical torchlight set up on different parts. So it's still darkly lit, but enough to kind of lead your way through if you need to.
17 plus 1. 18.
18. Okay. No, you were a bit delayed by the conversation, and she sees you moving with a hustle, and you scoot into the hallway. You see her to the right. You hear a door close.
Is there anybody else that I see in the hallway?
You see a set of 2 guards that are a little ways, maybe like 30 or 40 feet down from where you heard the door close, that are walking in your direction.
If we're in a hallway, are there any...
It's like a T-hall. You just come into it and it goes right and left.
Are there any like plants or pots or anything that a gnome could just step behind and break visual sight for a second?
There are like tables, like little side tables in the hallway about every 30, 40 feet or so. Some of them have decor on them, little planters. Some of them are just empty or like with a plate.
I walk over, I stand behind one of the tables, and I go invisible.
Okay. You are invisible.
And I will use my boots to move silently down the right side of the hallway after Lady Emoth.
Okay, go ahead and roll a stealth check with advantage because it is sound-based.
Yes.
And because you're invisible. So.
Are you fucking shitting me? A 1 and a 2. Wow.
For a total of?
7.
7.
8, sorry.
Okay, so...
Wow.
As you turn invisible, the guards kind of pass the door that you heard close and are heading your direction. You confidently, deftly begin to maneuver past them. And as you get maybe about 10 feet beyond them, you don't realize that your hip hits the edge of one of the tables and bumps it hard. And the table goes... one of the planners set up on it kind of falls on the ground.
Jeez.
Both guards just go... And they both immediately, like, shields up, spears down, and they're both now, like, looking very intensely in the region. We'll come back to that in a second.
I'm gonna go over to Ash.
Okay, so you all kind of begin to reconvene over to that space.
What's Ratanish doing?
Ratanish is now in the process of dancing with other dance partners and is kind of bouncing between them.
Am I caught in the dance? Am I...
You were for a moment, but then the minute that you were...
You're just still dancing.
The person that asked you disengaged, you were given an opening to leave, or you can continue in there and dance with more people if you wanted to.
I'll keep dancing.
Okay. Anyone in particular looking for?
Unspoken members, remember.
Yeah.
In fact,
I'm looking for members.
Well, the first person you see that catches your eye because they're familiar on this opposite side of the dance floor is Vali Dertana.
Oh.
Uh-oh, Bali.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
Uh-oh. The one you scared?
Business merchant.
The one you scared. As it go.
Yes.
We scared him.
Yes.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Working with Ira.
Now you see them. They're looking past you off to the side. And they've stopped dancing.
Does Vali know us?
And they're just glancing beyond.
Oh, boy.
You gauge their eye line, and they're looking at the mask.
I am very well covered, by the way. Other than the purple, there's nothing else showing.
But you're rocking that.
But you're rocking the Nightmare King mask.
Yeah, oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Oh, I forgot about
All right.
Totally incognito.
I'm so excited.
It's just over.
Do I notice?
Oh yeah, you know, because you're keeping an eye on everybody. You look over and get the look. It's one of those things where, like, you glance over, you see Laudna, see her eye over, see Vali, and Vali's looking right at you with this kind of like.
Excuse me for 1 second. I just take a couple steps forward.
Creepy.
You're glancing over and seeing Vali kind of push the crowd, glances over in the direction of Armand, who is currently caught up with the dance, looks over, and beelines it to Ratanish.
Who does? Armand?
No, Vali does.
Ratanish.
Vali does.
That's probably
Okay.
Vali goes to Ratanish.
100% he does.
We need
And they begin to talk to him, and Ratanish is already in the middle of a dance and kind of like gives a nod and prematurely breaks the dance that he's in, turns and looks to Vali. Vali, it's a conversation and points over to you. And Ratanish goes, shit.
Oh, no.
And they both separate.
Shit.
I'll follow Ratanish.
I'll follow Vali.
Follow.
Just clocking.
Okay. It's easy for you to follow Ratanish, because Ratanish is coming to you.
Oh no.
Yep.
No, you didn't.
While this is happening,
Mm-hmm.
the guards are in the hallway.
Oh God. Oh my
Jeez.
God. There's so much happening.
There is so.
My boots have velvet.
Who goes there?
Oh, shit.
They don't make any sound when I move. Oh, I rolled an 8. It was balls.
The door opens back on the edge of the hall.
Oh.
The figure walks in. Who is it? Oh, sorry. I'm just using the bathroom. Down the hall. And they both start quietly splitting up and kind of both, like one continues passing down, circling where the table is, and they're both now like looking around underneath it, looking over it, and they're getting the sense that something's off about this.
Mm-hmm, yeah. I will do my best to try and split the distance with them. I usually don't make a sound when I move, but I'm clumsy and I'm bumped into shit.
You didn't make a sound.
Yeah.
The other things did.
And I will try and thread the needle between the two of them with 3 feet and just try and stay out of spear point or whatever weapon it is they have and just try and...
Now that they've zeroed in this heavy movement, it wasn't like they heard a sound. They watched a table mysteriously bump and things fall over when there's nothing around it. So you get the sense that they're like, something's up. They both kind of triangulate around it and they're now like wiping their spears through at the same time. As both of the spears sweep past the area where you're hiding. Yeah, you full on like leap to the side, just coast between them. One of them kind of like brushes past the hair on the out, your little fluff of hair. Kind of, and you catch yourself without a sound on the ground. They bring the spears back around. One of them goes over and like lifts the table to look underneath, and that's your moment where you see an opportunity and you start past and curve around.
Oh my god.
I let out a little tiny fart. That's silent.
But deadly.
But deadly.
But it's potent.
Perfect.
Can I try and smell her scent around one of the doors?
Your wolfen senses are quite strong with smell. Go ahead and roll perception with advantage to see if you can pick up her scent.
Okay.
Like a sniff.
Yeah.
16.
16. So, first things first. You hadn't really thought about it before because you're overblown with senses while you're in the chamber. But now you focus in on the smell that was distinctly hers that you pick up again in this hallway. And it's like perfume, but there's an underlying mustiness to it. Like an odd, it smells almost like a mold or like an odd earthy smell. But it is something that you connect both with her in the room and this hallway. And it's not the first door on your left. And you do see now, like the glass windows stop, and along the hall there is now doors, and just beyond the way you can see there are now like chambers, suites that align. And you remember Estros mentioning that chambers were going to be provided for the evening for guests, so they wouldn't like wander drunkenly through the streets. So you get the sense these are likely rooms of different attendees for the event.
Okay.
But it's not the first one on the left. It's the second one on the left.
Can I go up to the second one? I'll let the door slowly, like, just move open, and I'll see what I can see, but I won't enter.
Inside, it's low lit. This is a suite chamber. There is a door that leads into another room, like a smaller, kind of connected room, and the door is open, and you see a figure glance through.
They come up to the doorway. I'm like,
yes, you're still, so you're like in the hallway, like right by it. Yeah, so as you do that, hold that. The figure looks out, and you see for a split second here in the low light, Lady Emoth. You can see like sweat on her face. She glances off down the hall towards where the other guards are. Carefully, she closes the door and locks it.
Can I take one really big sniff of the door? As soon as it closes, I just want to get like one big breath of whatever that smell is.
It's that horrible combination of like a sweet saccharine perfume that's used to mask something. And the smell that it's masking as it fades off is...
earthy or more decaying flesh?
More earthy and moldy.
I'll start heading back towards that entrance.
Smells. While that's transpiring, Ratanish.
Oh God.
Begins to step over you. Not quickly, but definitely with an air of taking up more space than they were in the chamber. Your head kind of turns to one side as they approach. Friend, I have not found the chance to ask your name. Who are you?
I don't usually really give it. I'm just working, man. Oh, what do you need?
Orm is making his way over to the crowd.
I am... Well, I'm a fan of that unique ensemble you are wearing. Where did you procure this ghastly mask you wear?
It was a gift. I don't know. This is all... It's not my stuff. I don't know, someone said mask would be funny or something. I don't know.
Make a deception check.
Come on.
One of us has got to roll well.
How do you lie? Ooh, that's real good. 7. I'm not really trying.
What is it? Cursed.
This has been a rough night of roll. Pardon.
Might I inquire as to which friend you borrowed these from?
You know...
Hear the knuckles.
I wouldn't get hired for my services if, I just went around willy-nilly giving people's names, but, I am available for hire.
What services do you offer?
Usually whatever services someone needs, especially if it's apparently standing around in a costume.
They lean close to you.
And rip the mask from your face.
It's tied. It'll be
I know.
to pull.
He's a big old Goliath. I think it'll
break the mask.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, it's fine. It's paper.
I mean, it's leather thongs. It's the leather thongs. Leather.
Yeah.
It is tied. But this is a strong
It snaps.
individual. It snaps.
He's a half giant, right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of holding the mask, like the fingers, but they're not even looking at the mask, they're just looking at you.
I
Here it comes.
Wait, what did he say? What was it?
pulled the mask.
He's wearing another mask underneath.
Mask all the way down.
It's incredible.
I'm gonna start rolling over there.
I think
I was also heading that.
I'm going for a weird response. I'm going to slap him.
Yes.
Roll an attack roll.
What's up? Guys, when you have a barbarian in your class, you can count on a certain number of things.
Where am I? Okay, I gotta see what are my attacks?
Just roll, just roll and add your strength modifier.
Oh no, I see it.
There.
24. Sir. Sir. Please.
I like you. Goes to slap.
Ooh, we're playing slapsies.
It's that point.
16?
Yeah.
That's my AC.
Only one thing to do.
Slap fight.
You do take a point of damage.
Did he take a point of damage too, or no?
I don't think you didn't say you slapped with the intent to hurt.
No, I didn't. I hit. I don't want to insult the guy, so
Right.
Yeah.
He slapped to do just a little bit of damage. Just to escalate.
Sir. I like you too. It's a pleasure. You can keep that if you like, I suppose, if it really offended you.
This is your response.
I mean, we can keep going if you like, but, slap fighting. I'd want a drink for it if we're going to make this the game.
I think the initiation is enough to begin. Slapping, well, it's children's games.
Well.
But you drew blood originally.
And you see now, like, the teeth are now red from where you hit right in the lip. You broke some blood vessels.
Wow, I didn't think that would hit that hard. I figured you could take a little more.
You see, when I taste blood, it's hard to get it out of my mind. How about we take this outside?
What is the reaction of the room to this?
Oh, the dancing has begun to die down, and about 15 to 20 people are all now watching this happen. And already whispers are starting to shoot through the crowd. This is taking the attention of the room very quickly.
Oh, I don't like that.
I stopped, remembered where I was, and looked back towards the table where I last saw Cyrus sitting at that table. Is he still there?
You glance through the crowd and keenly come to the conclusion that he is not among them. And you recall that person that entered the hallway and asked about the bathroom that helped you escape? That sounded like him.
Fuck! Stupid frontal. Fuck. I don't care. She smelled it like mold. I'm gonna go back to the door.
Okay.
I'll try and softly open this fucking creaky ass door that needs some WD-40. but in fact, because I know it's so creaky, as I open it, I'll also just let it fall open, but I'll slip inside.
Okay. You
to make good.
Head into it as it gives them one little creak, and the first thing you notice is there's a very faint commotion in the room. It sounds like things moving and shifting. You glance across the way as you kind of move inside and look over, and you can see the desk in the far corner. The drawers are pulled out, and you see a figure is currently like scooping things out of the drawers.
Is it Lady Emoth?
It's smaller. It's like a cloaked figure. Looks kind of your size, if a little bit smaller than your size, actually. Maybe like a foot or so smaller. And you can see it's currently like filling like a rough satchel.
A foot smaller.
Do I smell anything? Familiar smell?
That musty smell, very strong.
Any sign of Cyrus?
Not in this room, no. You hear something else in the way, and across the way in the other room you see two more little humanoid creatures cloaked rushing through, and they're just like grabbing things. Fuck.
Wow.
The one finishes and turns around, and you see now, in the light coming through from the Catha-lit evening on the distant balcony, this figure's hood back, gray, pale skin, black eyes, sharp teeth in a mouth, and clawed arms underneath. You've not seen a creature like this before. And it's kind of clustering and drags it, and you see two more coming through. They kind of growl at each other, and you can see there's now like 4 of them in this room. 4? And around the way, you see Lady Emoth.
Oh.
Kind of like, her eyes black. You can see the kind of darkened veins in the side of her neck. She goes towards them. You can see her arms are a little bit longer, and that sweat is kind of dripping off in like a thicker, mucusy pattern. They all look to her, and she goes, and they all grab their satchels and drag them off into the room around the corner where she was.
Okay. Does she follow with them? They all go in the other room?
They all go in the other room. You hear the dragging sound. You hear like the shifting of furniture, and she kind of like you watch as bones snap into place, and her skin tone kind of reaffirms itself, and she and then begins to walk around the corner to see the door open and goes,
I'm out before she can close it.
And as you rush back towards the event with what you've just witnessed, and you head out to the opposite side of the domed event to show down with the local leader of the Paragon's Call representing here for some sort of a bloody throwdown, and the rest of you gather in hopes preventing your friend from being smashed to death.
Yeah.
We're gonna...
No!